Alright, welcome back to the Crabby Dice. Today we're going to be playing Agricola, All Creatures Big and Small, which is a two-player game in the Agricola family / universe. Alright, so just like Agricola, this is a worker placement game. We do have our 3 workers that we're going to be playing on our board over here to get resources and do buildings on our pastures. Alright, now this differs slightly from regular Agricola in that A, it's not misery farm, so you do not have to feed your workers throughout the game. And second, we're only dealing with pastures and animals. Forget about the fields and growing crops and all that stuff. Alright, so we're ready to go. Just a couple of notes before we start. This is the older version of the game, so it's going to be using the discs. If you get the new version, which I would highly recommend, you get the standard wooden meeples for the characters and for the resources. Alright, second, I am going to be playing with both expansions. Now, every expansion you throw in, you're going to put an extra 4 special buildings. Alright, so that's why you're going to see 12 in the display over here. Now, we're going to go over all the buildings and all the worker spots as I start taking them throughout the game. Alright, so the first player is going to be the red player, and they're going to decide what they want to do. Alright, so just like a regular worker placement game, when you take a spot, it blocks it for the other player. Alright, and you get all the resources on that spot. Now you can go get animals here, you can expand your board here, you can do some building stuff on your board here, or you can get resources here. Now we don't start with any resources, so obviously at the start of the game, that's what I'm going to want to do. So let me go get, let me look at some of these, and you know what, maybe I'll go for a Home Depot near the start of the game. So let's just say I want to get 2 stone. So I'm going to get 2 stone right over here. It goes into my supply. Alright, after that we're going to jump over to the blue. And blue's going to do something similar. He's going to go get the wood. Obviously, getting our resources to start off. Alright, and you're just going to go back and forth. Alright, so next is going to be the red player. Alright, I think they're going to get more resources. Alright, so this spot here is pretty simple. You're not getting it from the board. You're getting one of each of the resources, but off the board. So I'm going to get a wood, a stone, and a reed. Oops. Alright, there you go. So now we're going to jump to blue. And what does blue want to do? Now, they have a couple of choices, but I think what they're going to do is they're going to take the border before it disappears, plus it'll give them a board extension. So this spot here, they're going to get a border. Now, you don't get to place the border right away. You just add it to your supply because we only have 9 to start. And you're going to have to take some of these actions to get more of these borders. So they're going to grab this border. But they do get an extension for their board. So what are they going to do? I think what they're going to do is play this on this side over here. Now, you get to choose whether you want to put on the left or, on the right or on the left. All right, but that was their action. Let's jump over to me. And what do I want to do? Now, I would have loved to have taken that action as well so I can get the extra board. But I think what I'm going to do is, let's try a different strategy because I am looking at some of these buildings and you know what? I like to play different every time. I'm going to build a special building and the one I want to build is called the Feed Storehouse. Alright, so if we're looking at the anatomy of a building, now the cost of a building is always on top. So this one's going to cost me 1 wood and 1 reed. So I'm going to get rid of my only wood and my only reed. Alright, goes back into the supply. Alright, and basically what's in the dollar sign is the points at the end of the game, and this one says I'm going to get 3 points if I have 5 or more of these building tiles on my board. These are called feeding troughs, I believe, and they allow me to double up the amount of animals on my board. Alright, so I need to get 5 of those, so I'm going to have to work hard for that. But by building it, I will get 1. Alright, so first I get to decide where I want to place it. Now this is, you know, pretty important in the game because you sort of want to use the borders around this building to sort of indicate or pre-border certain areas. So I think I'm going to put it right over here. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, and by placing it here, as you can see, I get a free one. Now, I get to place it right away on my board because this is not a resource that you keep on the side of your board. And I think what I'm going to do is put it right over here. Alright, so now when I fence this in, it's going to hold double the capacity. So instead of holding 2 and 2, it's going to hold 8 in total. Right, but it's going to go right there. So I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4 resources or fences to create a pasture over here in the future. Alright, but that was my second action or third action. Now it's going to jump over to blue and they're going to go. Now what do they want to do? They got only 3 wood. Let's see, they're looking over here and I think they're gonna do something very similar. They're gonna go and build again, and what they're gonna do, let's try this out, they're gonna build a doghouse. So let's get rid of the wood. Alright, the doghouse costs a wood. It is 0 points for sure at the end of the game, but what this thing lets you do is you can keep one sheep in each unused space that does not border the forest. So I'm gonna put this in the game, and they're able to store sheep in these pasture spaces even though there's no borders holding them in. And you know what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna place this right over here. All right, and there you go. We did our actions. Now after you do your actions, you return all your workers back. This is blue. This is red. All right. Then you're gonna do a sort of breeding phase. We don't have any action, any animals, so we're not gonna breed. And then you're gonna do a refill. All right. So you're just gonna look at wherever there's an arrow, you're gonna refill. So here's a stone. Here's 2 stone. Here's 3 wood. And here's 1 wood. All right. So that takes care of the resources up here, and you also have to do it for the animals. So most of the spots you add a bunch of sheep. So it's gonna be sheep, 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 and here's a pig. All right, so if the resource was already there, then you add what's in the quotation, and if it wasn't there, like let's say this was gone, then you're going to be adding the cow and not the pig. All right, and that's the end of a round. All right, so round 2. Now the first step of the round is to refill, but we already did that step, so now you get to do the worker placement spot that you've already seen. So as my first action, what am I going to do? I think I'm going to get some wood. All right, so I'm going to get some wood and add it to my supply. All right, because this is always a good spot. You get 3 wood, which is nice. All right, then we're going to go to blue. And you know what? They really wanted that spot. So I think they're going to go for the 2 wood over here. All right, so there's 2 wood. Yeah, that's fine. All right, next we're going to jump back over to red. And let's see. I really do want to build my fence, but there's no way with these resources for me to build 4 fences. I'm gonna have to wait a turn, which is not ideal, because I do want to get some animals eventually. Actually, what I could do is grab this spot here, and it's gonna give me at least a sheep that I can store in my barn. But what I think I'm gonna do is go to this spot here to get 1 of each resource. All right, because now I'm going to be able to build the fences around my area for next turn, because obviously right now what's going to happen is my buddy's going to build his fence first. Actually, he doesn't even need to build a fence, because remember, he can just keep sheep all over the place. So what he's going to do is, what else can he do with food? With wood, not much. So what they're going to do is, you know what, they're going to do it anyway. So they're going to come here and they're going to take 1 of them with the sheep. They're going to go for the more valuable spot over here. And when you grab animals, you get to put them on your board right away. And because they're doghouse, they can put their sheep on each of these spots. So they're going to put it right over there. All right, they're done. My last action for the round. I think I'm going to build my fence so that next turn I could definitely get ready and get a bunch of animals. So I'm going to go right over here. All right, so this is use a wood to build a border. So I'm going to use 1, 2, 3, 4 wood, which is going to allow me to build 4 borders. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And now this spot is ready for a bunch of animals. All right, I can have 8 of the same animal in this pasture. All right, so that was my turn right over here. Now we're going to jump over to blue, who right now is going to... do they just go get resources at this point? Yeah, I guess so. Let them go get 2 stone. Right, because they don't have any stone. And next turn, they're going to pile up to 4, and they're going to grab that as their first action. So they're going to have 6 stone, which is going to be plenty. All right, that's the end of the round. So what you're going to do is you're going to bring back your workers. All right, you're going to do a breeding phase. We don't have 2 of the same animals on our board, so that's not going to happen. And then you're going to go to the next round. All right, so start of round 3. So let's refill the board. So let's put 1 stone, 2 stone, 3 wood, 1 wood, 1 more border. All right, this is also the round tracker. So every single round we're adding 1 of these borders in. And then over here I got to add a bunch of sheep and things all over the place. So sheep, pig, and a horse. All right, there you go. We're ready to go. It's going to be blue's turn first. I think definitely they're going to come in here and grab all this juicy stone. All right, so they're done. Let's jump over to me. And I think what I'm going to do definitely is grab the cow right over here. So this is going to give me 2 pigs and a cow. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my pigs in this pasture here. So remember, I can hold 8 pigs in here, and my cow, well, he's going to go sit in my cottage right over here. All right, so he's pretty much done. All right, so next we're going to go to the blue player's turn, and now they sort of have to decide what they want to do. All right, so the blue player, I think, is going to go over here to build some fences. So what they're going to do is they're going to spend all their wood. There's 4, and they're going to build 4 of their borders. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and they're just gonna put their horse in this border here, so they have an open spot here that they can have anything else. All right, so that was their action. Let's go to me. So what do I want to do? I think I'm definitely gonna go with this expand spot right over here. So this is gonna give me a border. So now again, I can place it on my right or my left. I think I'm gonna put it on my left right over here. Not sure why, just feel like. All right, so that's gonna jump over to blue for the last action of the round. Think they're just gonna go get more animals. Does that make sense? Yeah, because then they can start breeding, which would be a good thing, right? But they don't have any reeds. They can grab these or start getting pigs as well. You know what? They're gonna grab the pigs. All right, so they're gonna get 2 more sheep. So they're gonna put a sheep here and a sheep here, because remember, their doghouse, and they're gonna get a pig to store in their little hut right over here. Alright, so that was their last action. Let's jump over to red. And what does red want to do? Red, okay, so I can build a stall if I wanted to, because I got the stone for it. I can build a special building. The Home Depot is actually not bad. It gives me extra resources when I go to this spot over here. This cost me 2 stone. This cost me 3. This lets me hold animals as well. I'm not, in a hurry to build stalls, because I'm going to be building a lot of these troughs. And that's going to allow me to store a lot of animals on my board, so I don't really need to build stalls to store animals in the stall. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a special building, and I'll build the Home Depot. Alright, so this one's going to cost me 2 stone. Alright, what this lets me do is, focus, so whenever I go to the spot with the 3 materials here, I get to steal 1 of the wood from this spot right over here. So where do I want to put this? I think for right now, let me just put it up over here, over here, over here, over here. Because with this one, I just need 1 wall segment to create a border here. I can sort of do the same thing here with 2, and then maybe have another spot here with 3. So let's do it like that. All right, so there you go. So that was my last action. We're done. So let's retrieve our workers. Alright, and now finally I'm going to show you how to breed. Alright, by the way, this goes up here. So if you have 2 of the same animals on your board, they breed. So on this side here, it's only sheep, so they're going to generate a sheep. And then, by the way, if they can't fit on your board, well, then they don't breed. So for example, if it was set up like this and the sheep had to breed, well, I have nowhere to put it, so they would not go on the board. And on this side, I got 2 pigs here, so I'm going to add another pig. Alright, and there you go, that's the breeding step done. Let's go to the next round. Alright, start the next round, so let's refill these spots. So there's 6 wood on this spot, that's insane. 2 stone, 2 more stone, add a border. Now I've got to fill up the animals. So this one's going to get a sheep, this one's going to get a cow, this one's going to get a sheep, and this one's going to get a piggy. Alright, there you go, ready to go. So I wonder where blue is going to go. They don't have any wood. There's 6 wood there. I think they're gonna grab the 6 wood. Boom. And they're pretty much good for wood for a long time. Right, that kind of sucks because that goes against my strategy. I wanted to go here to steal a piece of wood or take that wood, and now I'm gonna have almost no resources for the round, which is pretty ugly. What I could do is maybe go here, get first player, get the 2 wood, then go over here to build the 2 wall here, and then maybe get a cow so that my cows can start breeding. Although I don't have another place to put a cow, I'm gonna have to put them over here. Oh boy, not great decisions here. I'm gonna need resources. I'm gonna need a bunch of things. I got nothing to my name. So, all right, so let's do that. I'm gonna go here to build 2 more borders. So I'm gonna build it like this. All right. Alternatively, I could have gone like this, but let's have it like this. Maybe I want to build an extra long one here. All right, and I'm gonna put my cow in here. So now this one can only hold 2 cows. All right, this one holds more because I have my trough. All right, but I got a cow here. All right, that was my action. Next, we're gonna go for blue. And blue has a ton of resources. I think what they're gonna do is build walls so that they can pen in their sheep. All right, so with this action here, it's 1 per. I think they're gonna go absolutely bananas and create a gigantic one. So let's see, if I create 1, 2, let's see, if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go with 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's see how big I can make this this thing. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There you go. So I created a gigantic pen just for their sheep. All right, there you go. All right, so that was their action. Now jumps over to me. And I think what I'm going to do is start breeding my cows. So I'm going to go here to generate a cow. Yeah, that's fine. Actually, before I do that, let me go be first player. That's probably more important. So I'm going to put this cow back. It's going to jump over to blue. Let's give him this token. And what does blue want to do? I think I'm going to go grab this spot over here because it's going to add to my horses and it's going to give me another sheep. Alright, the blue's done, and then we already know what red wants to do. They're going to come here to get another cow, and they're pretty much done. Alright, so there you go. We're done. Let's take back our workers. Boom, 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 boom. Now we're going to breed. Alright, so this definitely adds another one, so we're going to add another one here. Alright, so they got space for 2 more, and their horses are going to breed. So let's stand them up. Whoops. So there's 2. They're going to add another one. Boom. Alright, so now we're going to jump over to breeding here. So they're going to breed a cow. Now, the cow cannot be in here, so they're going to go into the cottage. And then here, I can definitely add another pig. We're going to add a pig in there. Alright, so remember, this doubles up the animals that can go in this spot. So the breeding is done. That's the end of the round. Alright, so let's start the next round. Let's refill. So 3 wood here, 1 wood here, 2 here, and 1 here. And let's add some animals. So it's a sheep here. This one's getting another sheep. That's a pretty juicy spot right now. And we're gonna add a horse, and we're gonna add a cow. Alright, so finally red is gonna be first. I think definitely we're gonna be going to this spot over here to give me some stone because I had no more resources. Then blue is gonna go. And what does blue want to do? I think what they're gonna do is create a stall. Alright, actually I did forget to do one thing. I forgot to add a border to the start here when I filled it up. Sorry about that. So what's blue gonna do? I think they're definitely gonna go here and take these 2 borders because they only have 1 left and they sort of want more because if they add an extension, which they're doing right now, they sort of want to border it up. So I think this one is gonna go on this side of the board. Why not? Right over here. And there you go. That was their first action of the round. Alright, so now they have some borders and maybe they'll create some weird thing over here. Alright, so next is gonna be red. I think what red is gonna do is I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna create some fencing. Alright, so this one's gonna give them 2 free. Alright, so they're gonna go 1, 2, and then you can spend 2 stone to add another one. So they're gonna spend 2 stone, alright, to add another one right over here. There you go. Alright, then we're going to jump to blue. And I think what blue is going to do is build a special building. Let's see what they can build. So they can build the breeding station, which allows them to get an extra breed at the end of the game. If they had 2 of each animal, they can build this one. I think this one allows them to get another horse, but they don't want another horse because then it'll be full. I think they're going to get a stall. So they're gonna come here. Oh, they don't have a reed. Oh boy. And they can't take all these sheep because then it'll fill up. So what they're gonna have to do is, oh boy, what do they do? I think they're gonna go get the wood. They're gonna get the wood. So that next turn, actually they're gonna go here because they need the reed to build the stall. So they're gonna come here. They're gonna get a wood, a stone, and a reed. All right, let's give that to him. All right, it's gonna go to red for their last action. And what I wanted to do is, thank God they didn't take it. I'm gonna take this spot here. It's gonna come with all these sheep, and I'm gonna put them all in here. There you go. All right, then we're gonna jump over to this side, and I think now they're gonna build their stall that they wanted to do. So this is gonna cost them 3 stone and a reed. There you go. And let's take a stall. Now a stall is just a place to hold animals, so it holds 3 animals. You get to build it on your board, and I think what they're gonna do is build it right over here. Why not? All right, so there you go. We're done the round, so let's take back our workers. Whoops. All right, so now we're gonna go to breeding. Breeding, so we're gonna create a sheep over here. We're gonna create a horse over here. Fortunately, he still needs 1 more pig, and that, I think he's gonna do that next turn, so he can put his pigs in here, and they can start breeding in the stall. And on this side, let's add another pig. Let's add another sheep. And I do not have a way to hold another cow, so they're actually not gonna breed. All right, actually, this holds a horse. Nope. If that was a cow, I could have held the cow. I could have held the cow in here, but it's a horse, so I can't, and this doesn't hold anything. So we're done the round. Let's go to the next one. All right, so start the next round. This time I won't forget the border. So let's add the resources. So 2 stone here, 1 stone here, 4 stone, pretty good. So 3 wood here. I think I'm definitely gonna go get that wood. 1 wood here. Now the animals. This one gets a reed. This one gets a sheep. This one gets a sheep, and this one's actually gonna grab a pig. All right, so we're ready to go. There's only 3 rounds left to the game. This round, next round, and the one after that. Okay, so red is up first. I'm definitely gonna grab this 6 because I'm gonna be spending some of those to build my troughs as my next action. I think that's what I'm gonna do for sure. All right, and then it's gonna jump over to blue, and I think what blue is going to do is they want to build some fencing here. So they go 1, 2, 3, add a fence here so they can add more horses, and maybe add another fence here, add more. Actually, they're gonna get the stone, then build a bunch of fences so they can hold their pigs and horses. There you go. So they're gonna get the stone here. All right. All right, so jumps back to me, and I think I'm definitely gonna go over here to build my trough. So this one gives me a free one, so I'm gonna give 1 right over here, obviously. And then for every 3, I can build another one. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. Turn 3 in. I'm gonna build another one right over here. So this is insane. This can hold a lot of pigs. I'm not even gonna calculate. That's a lot. And I'm gonna build another one. 1, 2, 3. And I'm gonna build one over here. I'm actually gonna put this in here. So now this can hold 4 cows. This whole section can hold 2, 4, 6, 12 sheep. And this one here can hold 4 times 4, 16 pigs. Right, so that was my action. Now we're gonna go to blue, who's going to do a build. So they're gonna get 2 free builds. So they're gonna go 1, 2. Then they're gonna spend 2 stone and another 2 stone for another 2. Although they only have 1. Oh, that sucks. So you know what? They're gonna take their 2 stone back and they're gonna build this. Maybe they do this action first and then do this action. You know what? I wasn't gonna take this. I know I'm preemptively taking it. So let's just say they wanted to take this and then they build a 2 stone first. I already did their last action, but you already know what they were gonna sort of do. And let's just add their next board on the table here, and let's just say that's what they did. So they would have done this first, grab that extension, grab the board, and then they would have gone here to build the fence. I would not have taken that action, so it doesn't affect what I wanted to do. So what do I want to do in my last action? Well, I know for sure next round I'm definitely gonna go get a board extension because I do need to increase my area. I can't even build a special building or any of these because I'm pretty much full. I mean, I could move this here and build a building here, but then it's a waste of my 2 borders. So what I sort of need to do is grab a horse. I think that's what I'm gonna do. This holds a horse. I'm gonna hold a horse here, so maybe I can start getting horses down. So I'm gonna go in here and grab a horse. So I'm gonna put that in my shelter here and grab another sheep, because remember I can hold let's see, 2, 4, 6 times 2. I can hold 12 sheep in here, which is a lot. All right, and pretty much done. So that's all our 3 actions. Let's take these back. Let's breed. All right, so now for breeding, so this is going to generate a sheep. I'm going to generate a sheep here. He does not generate a pig. He's going to generate a horse though. So let's put the horse over here. I'm going to generate a cow, and the cow is going to go in here. This is actually full, so 2 times 2, because of this, it's actually 4. So that's why I want to sort of expand it, so I can have maybe another area for my cows, and I'm going to need another area for my horses for sure. Alright, but there you go. That's the breeding phase. That's the end of the round. Alright, so next round here. So red's going to go first, and I already know what I want to do for sure. I'm going to grab the border because I'm out of borders, and I need the extra extension board, so I'm going to take it. Left or right, doesn't really matter at this point because they're both closed off, so won't make that much of a difference. There is a point scoring at the end of the game. If you have something on each of the 3 spots of the board extension, you get 4 points per board extension. So my buddy here just has to put 1 thing on each of these, whether it's a border or anything else, a building, and they already have 12 points here, but I only have 2, so maybe my last action I'll go get the last board extension. All right, so that was my first action. I grabbed the border and that. So blue's gonna go next, and I think what they're gonna do is they're definitely gonna jump onto this spot over here, because they do need the pigs and the cows to start reproducing, because you do need 3 of minimum, so you don't get negative points. So they're gonna grab the pigs, put them in this pen, and they're gonna grab the cow who's alone by himself and put it in the stall maybe. Alright, so that was that action. Now let's jump over to me. I think what I'm gonna do is build a special building. Alright, what I'm gonna do is I just eyed a building here. I think I'm gonna buy the inn because it's gonna give me a horse, and I need a horse so that they can start breeding actually. So let me take this and I'm gonna put it right over, let's see, if I put it here I need 1, 2, 3 borders. If I put it here I need 1, 2, 3. Doesn't make a difference where I put it, or I can put it here and I can need a 1, 2, 1, 2, but that'll need 4. That's not very efficient, so let's put it up here. Alright, so this one, when I get it, sorry, I do have to pay for it. So this one's actually special. You need to spend money to get it. Alright, so this is going to cost me 2 stone. Get rid of 2 stone. It's going to cost me a pig, and it's going to cost me a cow. So let's get rid of a cow. Let's get rid of a pig. Another reason I did that is because my cow pasture here would get overrun, so that's why I got rid of my cow. So let's get rid of a cow, and let's get rid of a pig, but I'm going to get a horse, and it's going to give me 4 points at the end of the game. So this one I want to put here, and let's go grab that horse. And I think I'm going to put the horse right over here. Now I'm going to have to build a border for sure so that my horses can breed over here. If not, they're not going to expand. Also, this spot could hold 2 pigs, so if I really want I can put the pigs here, but it doesn't really matter. I have plenty of space for pigs in this pasture. Right, so pretty much done with their action. Let's go over to blue. I think blue wants to build a stall at this point. Let's see, they already have a stall. Actually, they already have a stall. If they have a bit more resources, they can upgrade the stall into a stable, which would be great. It holds 5 animals instead of just 3. So what they're going to do is they're going to grab the stone first, and then they're going to turn it into a stable next round. So that's going to be there. All right. That was that action. Now we're going to jump over to red, and red I think quite obviously is going to build over here. So they're going to get 2 borders, plus they're going to use 2 stone, here you go, to build their 3rd border. So they're going to go 1, 2, 3, and obviously they're going to shove their 2 horses in this pasture over here so that they can start breeding. That was their last action. Let's go to blue. And I think I already know what blue wanted to do. They're going to go over here and turn their, although it is unlimited, what they could do is build another stall, and then afterwards build a bunch of stables if they can. So they're gonna actually, oh, they don't have any reeds. No, Alright, so they're gonna actually do this because they actually do need to turn it over or else they won't have space. Let me see. They're gonna expand. They need to put the horse over here. They're not gonna expand. They're gonna expand. They have no space. Yeah, they're gonna run out of space. So how do they do this? Do they get the read now or do they get a next turn? Because the next turn is gonna be an extra sheep as well. So right now they have a problem. Their sheep, nowhere to go. Their horses, nowhere to go. Actually, their sheep can go into the open spots because of the doghouse, right? So what they're gonna do is they're going to, let's just do this action now. It is 4 points, it's fine. But it's not needed because they're not gonna expand their cows because they don't have any. So never mind. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna go get the reed. So they're gonna get a reed and a sheep. They're gonna put the sheep there. They're gonna get the reed there, and they're done. All right, so now we get our workers back. Sorry about that for delaying. All right, now we're going to breed. So looking at this side, they're gonna get a horse. All right, now the horses, what they're gonna do is they're gonna put the horses in the stall. Let's do that. You're gonna get a pig, so now their pigs are full. They're gonna get another sheep that's gonna go right over there, and they're done reproducing, and they're pretty much stuck now. This is full, this is full, this is full, this is going to be full next turn, and they don't even have a cow over here. Alright, let's jump over to my side here. I'm going to need a pig producing here. I'm going to need a sheep producing here. I'm going to need a cow producing here. And I'm going to need a horse producing here. So I'm producing all over the place. Alright, there you go. So we're done for the round. Alright, so final round of the game. So I already put up the resources, so let's get to it. So I think my first action, pretty simple. I'm just gonna go here and just grab all of these animals because, you know, animals sort of are points, and then for each animal, you can look at the side of the box. Well, there's a table here. For every number of animals, depending on the type of animal, you just score more and more points. So when you see this many animals in one spot, you sort of want to take it. So I need to have space on my board, obviously I do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. So I got a ton of animals in here. Actually, this spot is now full. So 4, 4, 4, and I had to double because of this. I'll figure out what I want to do with that after, and even here, well, here I can hold it even more. And this spot is full as well, so I'm gonna have to move some things around. Alright, so I'm done with this action. Let's jump over to blue. I think what blue wants to do is they need to build a lot of these troughs, but they need a bunch of wood to do it. So their first action is definitely to go here and grab all this wood. Boom. Just like that, they're going to be able to build a ton of troughs. Then all their guys are going to be able to breed. Alright, maybe I should have taken that spot to block him, but anyway, doesn't really matter. Now I got a couple of choices. If I did want to build a special building, I sort of have to take this spot because I don't have anywhere else to build. I mean, alternatively, I can just go grab some animals. It's not a fantastic use of my resources. So let's do that. And maybe next turn I'll build a special building, although I only have 2 wood. Although I do have at least 2 of each. So I will be able to get the fodder beet field, which will give me a bunch of more animals actually. Yeah, you know what, let me go for that. So I'm gonna actually go for the extension here. It gives me 1 board. I'm gonna add this in. Let's just put it to the end here. Actually, you know what, let's put it on this side. Let's move all this. Let's play right here. And that was my second last action of the game. Then blue's gonna go, and we already know what he wanted to do. I think he's gonna build a bunch of troughs. There you go. So he's gonna get 1 for free. So he's gonna put it definitely in here, and then he's gonna pay, let's say, 3 wood to get another one to put it where the pigs are. He's gonna pay 3 more to get another one where the horses are. All right, so now the horses can stay in here. Then he's gonna spend 3 more to put it where the actually he doesn't need this one, but let him put it in there, doesn't really matter. Although if he wanted to build a special building, he didn't need to spend it. So you know what? He's actually going to keep the 3. And maybe he's going to build a special building as his last action. Then he's going to jump to me. And I want to build a special building. I think I'm going to do this one. So this one's a special one. All right, so this one says, if I have 2 of at least every animal, which I do, I got 2 cows, 2 horses, 2 sheep, 2 pigs. I'm going to build this, and this one doesn't give me points, but it gives me 1 of each animal. So I'm going to place it right over here. So I'm going to get one of each. Boom. All right, so my piggy I can put in here. My horsey I can put in here. Actually, I'm going to run into a problem. Maybe this was not the greatest idea. Now I can put this one here, and actually my little sheepy can't go anywhere. Alright, and he won't be able to breed as well, because I think I filled up all these spots. So this doubles up the whole thing. So double here, double here, double here. So this is fine. This is fine. This one's storing here, and this one can hold 1. So it's done. Right, so I'm pretty much done for the game. That's it. We're gonna jump to my buddy, and I think what they're gonna do is they need to generate a cow so that they breed and they're gonna get at least 3 cows. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna build a special building. They're gonna build a shelter. Yeah. Is there any other one, or an open stable? They don't. Yeah, you know what? They're gonna build the open stable because it does give them at least 2 points. So they're gonna spend 2 stone on this. They're gonna replace the stall with an open stable, right? And the stall's gonna go back. And there you go. So that one, they can get any of the animals they want, or a cow or a horse. They're gonna take the cow. And there you go. We're done the game. All right, we're done our workers. We're still going to take these back, and we're still gonna do a breeding phase. All right, so this breeds a sheep. It's gonna breed a pig. It's gonna breed a cow. Now the cow can't go here, so they're actually gonna put the cow in the stable. And this is actually gonna breed a horse. All right, so done. All right, so they pretty much generated 1 of each, and I'm gonna do the exact same thing. I generated 1 of each, but we already know I can't put a sheep. All right, I could put a pig. I'm gonna put the pig in here. Doesn't really matter, because this can hold 2 pigs. I'm gonna get a horse, and the horse, the horse can't actually go anywhere. Actually, the horse can go in here, thank God. But the problem is my cow cannot go anywhere. So this has 4 with the trough here, and this one I can't put more, and it can't go anywhere here. So this one's gone. All right, let's go. There you go. I'm finished the game. So let's calculate this. Alright, well there you have it. So if you look at the score, you're going to score for all your animals. You just jot them down. You're going to get a total. Then you score extra per, if you have a lot of that style of animal, you get some more. By the way, I did miscalculate something. They needed 4 to get the non-zero points, but they ended up with 3. So they lost 3 points there. They just needed 1 more to gain, negate 3 points. It would have brought them to 43, but it's not the end of the world. And then you add up this section together, and then you score for your extension. So if you have 1 thing on each extension, you'll score 4 points per. By the way, I did notice that, so I built the other building instead of the upgrade to the stall, just so they can fill up this extension. And then we add up all our buildings. Now I only scored 5. I would have scored a lot more if I had 1 more trough. Remember, for the star I need at least 5. And that would have scored me an extra 3 points, but alas, I didn't get it. And they only had 1 point in all their buildings. Maybe they should have gone for better buildings. Anyway, either way, 47 to 40, red wins. Blue does not even come close. And that's how you play Agricola, all creatures big and small. So we'll see you in the next one. Later.